There are estimates that at least 40% of the drugs sold in Kenya are counterfeit. Anti-malaria drugs are especially prone to being faked, and patients can die from taking them. As Kathy Maitanya reports from Nairobi, most of the fake drugs are believed to originate from China and India.
Pharmacist Ann Njeru gets worried when any of her patients do not seem to get better after taking the drugs she sells them. She says the main reason her customers stay sick is that the drugs are fake. Njeru owns a small pharmacy in a low-income area of Nairobi. She sometimes finds counterfeit drugs in her stocks, which she says she feels very bad about.
The customer is always innocent. The one who is buying is the one who is on the wrong thing. So I would like people to avoid it as much as possible.
Njeru and her customers face an almost impossible task: telling the real drugs from the fakes. In these samples, one row of drugs is genuine, while another row is counterfeit. The differences are virtually indistinguishable to the untrained eye. Dr. William Watu is Medical and Regulatory Affairs Director of the drug company GlaxoSmithKline's East Africa operations. He shows how differences in the foil paper of blister packs, the coating on the pills, the content of capsules, and other features distinguish the real from the fake.
So we saw obvious spelling mistakes in the company name. Instead of writing SmithKline, GlaxoSmithKline, they wrote GlaxoSmithKline, which is a mistake we cannot make. And secondly, the fact that this product was said to have been made in Kenya, but then when you look at some of the features that we put in our packs, it was not there.
The World Health Organization defines counterfeit drugs as being, in its words, deliberately and fraudulently mislabeled with respect to identity or source. A study by the Kenyan government released in 2005 estimates that close to 30% of the medications sold in Kenya are counterfeit, with annual sales of about $130 million. But the Pharmaceutical Society of Kenya says the government estimate is too low. The group says at least 40% of drugs sold in Kenya are counterfeit. Many of the medicines are made simply from chalk and water, or contain little or no active ingredients, or even the wrong ingredients. The most commonly copied drugs are anti-malaria medications. Most of these counterfeit drugs are widely believed to originate from China and India. Dr. Dominic Ngugi, chairman of the Pharmaceutical Society of Kenya, says that the ingestion of counterfeit drugs in the country can have disastrous effects.
A senior medical colleague told me he nearly died because of taking a counterfeit anti-malaria. By the time he realized, he was almost dying. And he went complaining to the regulators and look, what is this? And you can imagine if somebody like this can be caught up, and we are saying it's a problem that will affect everybody.
It is not known how many people fall sick or die from taking counterfeit drugs in Kenya, since there are no official statistics recording this problem. Ngugi says Kenya, like many other countries, falls prey to weak legislation, lack of enforcement, and other obstacles that make it easy for counterfeiters to ply their trade. The Kenyan government is discussing a draft anti-counterfeit bill that aims to crack down on fake medicines and other products. Kathy Maitanya for VOA News, Nairobi.